Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, so we're
Harry
making
and
this
Meghan
today. We're
finally
using the microphone for the first time, so I do apologize if it sounds weird. I have to say that because I don't want people thinking that this is Nancy
Harry
Sidney
and
quality.
Meghan finally dropped their Netflix Kardashian-style docu-series
trailer.
Yeah. And it was worse than I thought.
Let's give you a little background on why this is such a bad day to do it. The Prince and Princess of Wales are in America. They're in Boston, Massachusetts, giving out an award to people who are trying to save the planet. Okay? This is called the Earthshot Prize. It's a thing that has to
come
on
on,
like the
let's
moon
call it,
shot with
but let's call
JFK.
let's call this what it is. They're in America for the first time in 7 years. It's a big deal. What was the last time they were in 2014?
She was pregnant with Charlotte.
Pregnant. Now, they went to a basketball game last night. The Celtics ended up winning, which was really cool. They got some good shots. The crowd went crazy.
Jason Tatum totally fanned
out. I
out.
love the Earth, and I'm very, very Earth friendly. But this is I'm in it to see what she's wearing, and I'm in it to see them holding hands at one point, and I'm in it to see.
Yeah, I know, but that's
him.
not. Yeah,
yeah,
so
that is the issue of me.
Okay, but that's your thing.
So
they are here for a good cause.
So fantastic. But of course, the day before the award show, Harry and Meghan put out the Netflix trailer for their Kardashian-style documentary show.
Yeah, they've decided to join the ranks of the Kardashians,
Osbournes.
Okay, we're gonna watch the trailer with you guys.
Why did you want to make this documentary?
They're so staged. Every picture staged, posed. Every single one. The photo booth. I mean, it's just like...
No one sees
Where are they
what's
walking? It looks
happening
like
behind
they're
closed doors.
walking into.
Hermes, I mean,
Right there. That's the one.
That's...
I had to do everything I could to protect my family.
I like how they did all the cameras. She never had paparazzi following her. Ever.
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
That's crazy. That is just so
So
soon.
this comes out
It's
today.
way too soon.
This comes out today.
Queen just died, by the way.
Queen just died. Oh yeah, by the way, the Queen just died. It was
I
worse.
still think it's going to be boring. I think they put all their eggs into that trailer. There was a crying scene with her with a Hermes blanket in the background, which is clearly product placement, Kardashian product placement.
Yeah, I think she just really likes.
No, that was
Kim
product.
Kardashian, man.
Yeah,
That
she
is
was into
like,
the Kardashians. Of course, she watched
that
the
is
Kardashians.
so
We watched the
Kardashian.
Kardashians.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle is our age, our generation. She, you know, that's just what it is.
We've got a series of black and white pictures. Now, I've been saying this from the very beginning. The girl likes taking pictures.
She likes Instagram.
We
all do.
When you're dating a man of Harry's stature, when you're dating a celebrity, when a woman is dating anybody who, and I'm going to say it, above her on the totem pole, we're seeing pictures of their courtship. Of course Meghan took that. I said in the beginning, I said that girl is dropping hints on Instagram, and the minute I knew
that
something was going on was when she was on the cover of Vanity Fair.
And I love that.
And talked about Harry.
Yeah. I didn't hate her back then. I thought that was awesome.
I was actually completely shocked.
I loved it.
I was completely shocked.
I was like, give me more.
So that didn't bother you once, that she was
Not
dropping hits?
At all, because Harry was never going to be king, and I thought it was cute, and I was like,
But do you
God,
think that
they're
was-
so in love, they're so in
But-
love. I was so excited.
You thought the necklaces was normal.
I
Her
thought
doing
it was
a pap walk
for
with the
me,
necklaces.
Absolutely. Oh my God, not normal for the monarchy, but I was excited because I was like, this is awesome. We're gonna, we get to see girlfriend and boyfriend.
You
They're
thought
gonna
that
hold
was
hands.
respect. Okay, but we're talking about a guy who doesn't like.
I wasn't even
the
thinking about the
paparazzi.
queen back then.
No,
I wasn't thinking about
I'm not
that.
talking about the queen. I'm talking
telling you
about
my-
Harry. We're talking about a guy who's terrified of photographers, who doesn't like to be in the
No.
spotlight. He's
I'm
dated
not
Chelsea
saying it was
Davy,
right or wrong.
who kept
I'm
everything private
I'm
and
telling
personal
you,
for that
I
many
was
years.
Okay.
And you're excited that she's walking around Toronto doing pat walks
Yes.
with a Harry and Meghan.
Back then I was
That's
very
ridiculous.
excited.
That made you excited. How about when she
And
had,
I bought all the magazines too.
How about when she staged, or she told the paparazzi to stay in her alleyway in her house in Toronto to get him getting out of
I don't even
a
remember.
car
I didn't even remember
on Easter.
I didn't even see that on
I
Easter.
saw that, and I was
Oh.
like, "How did a?" And you, okay,
Well,
Stephanie?
then why were you
Stephanie,
fans
you've
of
been
them?
Stephanie, you've been in the circles. You've been in the industry. Do paparazzi just stay in somebody's garage area
No,
all
but I'm
day,
glad
all
she
night
did it
like
because
that?
I
Unless
lo-
they're called.
First of all, I never saw the Easter thing.
Okay, well, I'm showing you right now.
Never saw it.
Okay.
Back then, all I cared about was they were in love. She was a divorcee. She didn't have any kids. She was a dog mom. She was in her late 30s.
But what-
I loved
Okay.
everything about it, and I was so excited. And when she said she was moving to the UK, I had a little celebration. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
The Oprah interview is that was the nail on the coffin for
Okay.
me. That was it.
So that's what gets us to yesterday. What happened yesterday? Stephanie, I don't think you know a lot about this.
About yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to pronounce
Prince
it wrong.
William's
Okay.
godmother.
So this is what I wake up to yesterday.
She was a lady in waiting,
She was basically like,
which is a best friend of the queen.
was
a
she a lady in
confidant.
waiting? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
a
was
lady in waiting.
Lady in waiting is basically a best friend,
yeah,
a
she
confidant,
Was she was just
it's a companion.
83-year-old woman. Okay.
This is like your grandma.
Yeah. So we get the news yesterday that there is
Ironically, yesterday. When the
yesterday.
Prince and Princess of Wales
Yeah.
arrives in Boston,
Now,
the United States, for the first time in 7 years. This is when
yeah.
we get this news.
I'm not buying this bullshit story for a second.
No one is.
No
is.
one's buying this
Anyone
bullshit
who buys
story.
this is
Now, I know
an
some
idiot.
people have to say that they buy it. They're scared. They're scared of saying certain things. I'm not scared.
I read it and
it was a bullshit story.
I'm a liberal, guys.
Yeah, look at my record.
Come on.
Yeah, there's nothing.
That woman's
She's
full of shit.
So this old
Pardon my
lady
language.
asked somebody where she's from. Now,
83.
the lady who is accusing the Lady Susan of racism is dressed like this. Lady Susan has been to 1 million of these gatherings. These women are from all across the world, all across the Commonwealth. She's asking her where she's from. I would ask her where she's from. I would do it. Anybody would do it.
Like, what's your culture? Where are you from? This is an 83-year-old woman asking this question still. Maybe not necessarily someone like us would ask that question, just because, again, we're all on eggshells because we
gotta be on eggshells.
We're
I'm
woke.
not on eggshells, but
people,
some people
are on eggshells, and I get that. That'll eventually go away again. We're all on eggshells, but an 83-year-old woman's not going to be on eggshells. She has been asking this question her entire life.
This is
is
small talk. This is
is
small talk.
So she's okay. You know more about it than I do.
Okay, so
Because it's such a stupid story. I didn't even care.
It's such a dumb story. Now, she says that everything's a blur. She got attacked by a white woman because she was asked where she was
She
from.
got attacked by a white woman at Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace, and everything's a blur. Everything's a blur. She doesn't even know what's going on. However, regardless if it's a blur, she has exactly the transcript of what went down and posts it on Twitter. Well, of course it's going to get traction. People, this is a hot button issue. This is a very
And you also have the Sussex Squad.
You've got the Sussex Squad.
Are you going to read the transcript?
I can read the transcript, but I don't believe it because it's bullshit.
Just
Should
read
I
it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lady Susan basically says, "Where are you from?" She says, "Sister space." No, where are you from? Based in Hackney. No, what part of Africa are you from? And she emphasizes the you.
The 83-year-old woman asking this, by the way.
Again, I don't believe any of this. I don't know. They didn't leave any records. Well, you must know where you're from. I spent time in France. Where are you from? Here, the UK. No, but what nationality? And it goes on and on and on. And she says she keeps pressing her, and she just felt like totally shocked. She couldn't believe she was being attacked.
She's having an anxiety.
She was just, but you know what? It didn't stop her from going on all the news shows. And then she had her friend, Mondu, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right again, Mondu Reed, say, "Yeah, I was there. And now I'm going to go on all the shows." So then, at the end of the day, guess who starts asking for money? These two women. Here's a video of her talking to the Queen, Queen Camilla. How does that look like she's being ignored or shoved aside or you know, disrespected?
Bestowed any racism.
Yeah, there was absolutely no racism. This was a coordinated attack. It was planned on the Queen. It didn't work. Camilla did not fall for into the trap. So what they did is they took an 83-year-old woman and they took advantage of her, and that is elder abuse. I don't know what the laws are like in UK, but in America,
That's elder
that
abuse.
would be enough to be brought up on charges of elder abuse. And I hope that they do a full investigation. Buckingham Palace does a full investigation and reinstates Lady Susan, because that is elder abuse. We know what you did. We know exactly what you did. You can go on as many talk shows as you want.
Man,
you can say as
you know
many
what?
things
It just
as
hit,
this
it
is
hits
like,
home, man. Because I had, you know, my grandma passed away, but I had an 83-year-old grandma, man. And if someone did, oh, geez,
If
I'd
someone
be so
put my
pissed.
grandma in that
If someone
situation,
put my grandma in that situation,
where she-
my
where
83-year-old grandma,
they-
who's not even from this
they
country,
knew
by the
what they
way,
were doing.
that irritates me. I'm
My
sorry.
grandma,
That
my
is elder
grandma
abuse.
did. My
and
grandma had different customs. She didn't. It wasn't English. Wasn't her first language. She spoke 5 languages.
And she says, and my grandma's supposed to be woke.
and she's supposed to be woke.
She's not on Twitter.
Yeah,
She's not.
No,
She doesn't watch cable news.
This was elder
This was
abuse.
a coordinated attack.
Coordinated attack,
And
and
it's
now
sick and it's
they
disgusting.
can accept that bullshit award from the fake Kennedy,
Carrie Kennedy.
Kennedy next week, and say, "Oh, institutional, we did it because of
We did it because we
look
helped
at with
raise
that."
First of
This
all,
is
that's
such-
not a real
do not-
award.
This is not a real award. What happened yesterday made me so mad.
Yeah, it made me mad because we had a grandma. and it's like
We had a grandma who wasn't from this country,
And it's just, man.
it-
elder abuse. Why can't we just talk about this and say what it is? Meghan Markle saw this. She saw Prince Harry as an opportunity. Okay.
Can't we admit this? Why are we trying to paint this like this insane, beautiful love story?
I was into the love story.
I could
Because
be
I
honest
wanted
with
it
you.
for myself. Then I'm like,
When-
oh, I can meet a prince.
When you put pictures, or when you do what she did at the beginning of the relationship, it's not showing that you love this person. It's showing that, I mean, no,
You love the attention.
You love the attention, and you love,
Okay,
and,
this is
and what
all-
he can do. Try to paint this like this is some beautiful fantasy, this fairy tale love story.
which I fell for.
You did fall for it,
Mm-hmm.
but let's just say what it is. Why can't we just admit it, ladies? We know what this was.
It's an opportunity.
It was an opportunity. You don't put pictures on Instagram hinting that you're dating Prince Harry if it's unconditional love and you want to keep it a secret and you want your privacy. You know what you do? You get off Instagram.
Yeah.
You get off it. You don't do a full
if you-
page
yeah.
cover with Vanity Fair. You just don't do
if you're
it.
flaunting it, it's not.
If you're
even.
flaunting it, you don't
not
love
real.
the person. And I speak from experience.
That's
I
like
speak
people
from
saying they're
experience.
happy on Facebook.
I know. When I was married,
No.
all I did was post pictures of me and my husband on my MySpace. That's all I did.
No.
Hey guys, look at how happy we are. Look how that turned out. My new relationship that I've been in, there is not one picture of me anywhere.
It's true. Yeah.
Stephanie thought I had an imaginary boyfriend for like 4 years.
And now I'm wearing his underwear. Right now.
It's true. There are boundaries, and there are limits to what you should do when you're dating someone who is completely traumatized by that world, and supposedly traumatized by that world. Obviously now he'll be able to be at the awards. We were all wondering, how could he actually go and accept this award?
Yeah. He will now.
Now he can. He's got they laid the train tracks.
How much is Netflix paying them again?
It was like $100 million.
So
I
you're
don't
getting
know.
paid $100 million, guys.
I mean, of course they
They have to be doing this
Okay,
right now.
but then you've got the book.
You have
So
your
we
book
also
coming
then
out.
thought, okay,
These
well maybe the book isn't
pay
going
to
to be
play
best.
awards
So
that mean
now we
nothing.
know the book is going to be. This is my other prediction. The book is going to be awful. I think Camilla is going to get thrown under the bus the most.
Of course.
100%.
I think Prince Charles will too.
And I think
I think they're softening the
Yeah.
Prince Charles. They're softening King Charles getting thrown under the bus with this. Every single interview Meghan has done, she has to reiterate that he has no family left. He lost his father.
he lost
too.
his family. He lost.
He
everybody.
lost his father. He lost his mother.
And
well,
now
why
we're
is she
seeing-
telling us that?
I got to be honest with you. I was once a kindergarten teacher, and I know how to read kids pretty well. And the bond, I definitely saw that William was more of a mama's boy, and Harry was more of a daddy's boy. And if you just see them together, you saw that Harry definitely gravitated towards his dad more than he did his
Yeah.
mom, and there was definitely a lot of affection there. And you can't fake that. Kids can't fake that. So, I'm not buying that whole thing where my
He's
dad
definitely
was
getting
in
manipulated by her at this point. He's definitely...
This is manipulation. People go, why are you picking on Meghan?
No one's picking on
No
Meghan.
one's picking
I was
on
her
her.
number one fan.
No,
That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
see, that's why Stephanie is a good, person to have here, because no one's picking on her. She did this to herself.
Okay.
She did this to herself. Okay, she had it all. She could, if she
God, if she
truly
just would have
wanted-
served the public and wanted and helped people.
Do you know how
like,
long Diana had to work to get that
kind
saint
of
status?
the people's princess, Meghan's never going to be the First of all, Meghan's never going to
Do
be
you
a
know
princess.
how long Catherine had to do that? You think Catherine, the first year of marriage, was like trying to stage pap walks
No.
or going to Nice with Elton John? I mean,
No.
no. You know what she was doing? She was staying home while her husband was in the Royal Air Force with the dog. Mm-hmm. That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And she was learning. And she was being humble. Meghan, you could have done it. If you truly cared about charity, if you truly cared about kids in Africa,
people like us.
you could have just stayed in the royal family and done all that. Nobody was telling you not to. I really hope that people see what the this newfound racism claim with what happened yesterday to Lady Susan. I really hope people really take a step back.
I hope it's much ado about nothing.
It is much ado. I can already tell you it is.
Yeah.
I hope people take a step back and they realize that this was calculated, this was planned,
And it was elder abuse.
this was planned. I definitely believe this was planned on the Queen before it was planned.
Of course.
Yeah, and then they said, you know what, we got to go to Plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Period. If you look at previous Twitter posts, both these women were out to get the royal family long before this happened. Long before this
And
happened.
guys, this is not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I love the people like, oh wow, it's interesting.
Wow,
this
it just
came
happened
out
the same time.
the same
Wow,
time, and now
wow.
the Netflix special's
Oh my
out, and
God,
we're talking about
this is
racism, and now
crazy.
Megan's gonna win an award for racism.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
for
like-
conquer. It's like Kendall with the Pepsi ad. It's like
I know, this is
Megan's
Kendall
done
with the
nothing
pe-
for racism.
Yeah.
She has done
She's done
absolutely nothing.
And I don't want to hear, oh, well, she has a black woman experience. Guys, I got to be honest with you.
She also has an Asian woman experience. She has an
has
Indian woman experience. She has
Latina. Yeah,
she-
she's
tr-
been everywhere.
She knows
She knows
everything there is
everything.
about every single culture,
Yeah,
race,
yeah.
creed,
Yeah.
sexuality,
Yeah.
sexual orientation.
She's a feminist.
Guys, I can't believe this woman was not more popular before Harry. I mean, she
Yeah.
was doing a USA
Okay.
soft porn
So
show.
we're losing light. I never even heard of Suits.
And it's still weird that she didn't have one other family member at that wedding.
Yeah, well, you can go into a totally different
Yeah.
thing about that. So, good luck tomorrow, Prince William and Princess Catherine at the Earthshot Award ceremony. Can't wait to see what you're wearing. We are Americans. We are knee-deep in pop culture. Don't let this Sussex squad make you...